Okay. I think we're actually recording this time.
And we're live.
You need a bigger button.
I need a bigger button and I need a bigger screen that just like, shows me, hey, everything is recording.
Or like a recording on the door.
Right?
Or a spotlight that says this is recording.
The audience definitely doesn't need to know that we actually just like finished talking for like 10 minutes and looked down and saw that the recorder had stopped recording like 8 minutes earlier. That definitely did not happen, did it? Dadgum. Dadgum. Dylan's favorite word ever.
You mean this isn't one shot?
If you want to know what we're talking about, you have to go back out to Dylan's very first podcast that we did with him where he screwed up in the middle. He's like, oh, shoot, man. I'm like, dude, we don't cut this, man. It's just live. He goes, oh, dadgum. It's the greatest just drop of dadgum I've ever heard. You're such an old soul, dude.
I really am. I'm really a grandpa in this.
Yeah.
In this young face.
That's. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. Like how old? Like if we were to just have you write out your hobbies and like the things that you love and the things you think about, yeah, I would totally think that you were like some 55-year-old like guy.
Hey, I was told.
To get painful here.
I'm sorry, Brad.
Old people.
But I would look at you and I would say that you're young.
You resemble the young soul. We're swapping.
I just don't have any hair.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Well, I have plenty, so.
Yes.
Yeah, what did you say when we walked in? It was like big hair on the Big Access podcast.
That's right. Big hair don't care.
Yeah.
I always have big hair, so.
That's awesome.
It works.
Well, today we are going to be talking about something very big that is happening here at PDK. This is probably the worst kept secret that we've ever had here at PDK, and it is our new PDK-IO 2.0. It's got some really great features that we're really excited to share with everybody.
I'm so stoked, man.
So this is going to be a lot of fun. So today we've got Brad Baldwin, our VP of Product, and then we've got our partner success managers, Azure and Dylan here to talk to you all about what the big main features are of 2.0 and how it's going to have an effect on our partners. So it's going to be a fun one today, but we are not going to go fully in-depth on everything. We will be doing that in our live broadcast on Tuesday, January 23rd, which is the release date of 2.0. So if you have not already done so, be sure to go out to our website and register for that. You go you go out to ProdataKey.com. You're going to see a big banner that says live broadcast January 23rd. Click on that. It'll take you right to a form where you can register, and you will get you'll get the link to watch the whole thing. And you can learn about everything that's going on. So, very exciting. But the main 4 topics that PDK-IO 2.0 has is multi-site ready, it's early configuration, it is system health, and it is extended management.
That's
and
it.
All of those are really cool and really important. So, we're going to have Brad kind of give us the 10,000-foot summary of each one of these, and then we'll have these guys talk about how that's going to have an effect on their partners. So, Brad, let's start with the big one, multi-site ready.
Multi-site ready. In fact, this is the big thing everyone's been waiting for. Everybody wants to be able to take a single customer and assign multiple locations to that customer and share the same rules, the same people, the same groups, all that information across any number or combination of the locations. That is what we have done with PDK-IO 2.0. In fact, we've done it in such a familiar way that adding more than one location is just the same thing as adding the first location. And
pretty cool.
Basically, you add a cloud node under the configuration area of PDK.io, and you do that for each location, each cloud node, and its controllers and its door configuration. All of it will feel very, very familiar to you.
Yeah, so cool. Being able to do it all from one database is it's very exciting. But Dylan, how do you feel like your partners are going to feel about that?
So far, I've been demoing the system quite a bit recently, and it's only received positive feedback. Being able to have multiple cloud nodes under one system instead of building a whole new system for each location. And I'm going to brag about it, the breadcrumbs. We're keeping it familiar,
cool, right?
But the navigation is even easier. So we got an easy system, and we made it easy to configure.
Oh.
It's awesome.
So cool, right? Being able, and I've heard on multiple multiple, from multiple partners that everybody is loving at how simple it is and how they just go in and it feels like the exact same PDK-IO, but now when they go and add a rule, they can just choose any location that they have that they want to give access to.
Yeah.
So cool.
And it's, to me, the feedback that we received during the beta period was really great. Everybody, I would say, one of their first comments was how familiar it was. And many people were saying, I don't even really have to worry that much about retraining the dealers and installers that are out there using it already because I've already trained them. They know how to use PDK.
Yep.
They know how to use PDK-IO 2.0.
Pretty cool. The next big thing that we've got, I'm going to go to system and health.
Oh, okay. Let's
System and health insights is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll talk about the other modes next, but let's do that.
I will say that the feature system and health is something that we've heard about for some time from you as dealers. You would like to have more visibility as to what's happening and be able to see more of what's going on at a location. So with system and health, we've created a completely new screen. It's underneath the states area. It replaces the controller and hubs view that you used to have, but it now has all of the cloud nodes, all of the controllers, and it shows the status of each one, whether it's healthy, whether it has any issues, whether it has completed a synchronization of the latest changes that you push down, if it goes into a place where it's not connected. It'll tell you the last time it was connected and show you how many days you have left in your continuity. It is something that we took the feedback from our dealers as well as some of our internal technical support team, and we love them, you all love them, about how quickly they're helping you get things solved. Well, we took some of their feedback and we've provided detailed information behind each cloud node or each controller. You can see the software version. You can see the time it was last synced. You can, on a controller, see whether or not the battery's healthy. You can see how much power draw, whether it's over or under current. I mean, there is all kinds of goodness inside of system and health.
That's so cool. And you said something in there that really I think we need to bring forth and tell everybody about is you said that this replaces that controllers and hub screen, right? Ultimately, it takes some of the information that screen gave us, puts it in a much easier to read format, but then also adds in so much more. These enhancements that we've made for PDK-IO 2.0, a lot of these are just enhancing on things that we've already had and making it better, like multi-site. We've had the ability to do multiple locations all from one login, but then you would have to have multiple different different locations with individual databases. We've been able to now merge that. So it's just improved on our own multi-site. The system and health is improved on our current system and health capabilities and added more to it. That's what this is all about. This is updating what you guys already have and making it even better. Azure, how do you think your partners are going to like system and health?
I think it's really nice because they'll be able to see, if there's something that's not working, what location that is, which, what it is that's not working, and be able to fix it, or if they have to go on site, be able to see exactly what that problem is. So.
I mean, the dealer I was with yesterday when we were showing off the system and health for this case study, he was just loving it because he's like, it doesn't matter where I'm at. This is going to make remote troubleshooting so much quicker and easier. This is going to minimize the amount of times that I have to actually call support. And didn't the guys over at ProSec say the same thing? They were able to diagnose an issue without even having to, reach out to support. They figured it out on their own with system and health.
Yeah, Spencer over at ProSec was able to told us that, hey, I was playing with it the first time out of the box. I had an issue. I was able to use system and health and troubleshoot my own issue. And so I think that is going to be, again, we want to not make you need to call support. We're happy that we have a great support team, but I know as a dealer, you do not want to have to spend any downtime, waiting on a phone call or waiting to get an answer.
Right.
Let us help you get the answer you need to take the action you need to take right now to solve a problem.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right, let's go to the next topic, early configuration.
Yes. Right now, in the old PDK-IO 1.0 world, everything that you do is basically written and stored on the cloud node. With 2.0, everything that we do will be first put into the cloud. That allows us to be able to do things without having a piece of hardware that you need to register and onboard so that then you can start some of this programming. With PDK.io 2.0, you'll be able to go in and import a giant CSV of all of your people with groups associated with them. You'll be able to create placeholder cloud nodes, even without hardware in this system. You basically can start configuring, even giving permissions to people that are going to be using the system before you assign a single piece of hardware to the system. And that is going to help people really kind of, they could even create a demo environment to show their customer.
Yeah.
The dealer will be able to.
So cool, right?
Yeah.
Dylan,
So cool.
what are your thoughts on early configuration?
This is something I really love because I have a lot of dealers that are working with new construction. They don't have a network in place yet. So they're installing the hardware, getting the equipment ready, but they want to get a head start on the customer configuration, getting the customers in and getting them familiar with the system. So they can take them through each section, show them how it works, and then they're ready to go. And they don't even have network yet.
I mean, and for a end user customer that's seeing that, hey, these guys are proactive and they're starting to set up my system already before we even have anything good to go. Man, that's pretty cool, right?
It's big.
Yeah, that's
big.
really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the final thing is extended management.
I love extended management.
Me too.
One of the other things that, as a dealer out there, if you've been using PDK.io 1.0 over the years, you probably have hit that one screen where you go to connect to a system and it says that the cloud node is not available. It's not connected, not online. You're kind of held up at that point. You can't really do anything. You got to figure out, why is the thing offline? I got to get it back online. With PDK.io 2.0, what we've done is everything is going to be stored in that cloud environment, and then we synchronize the state, the credentials, the status, everything down to each individual location or site or cloud node, whatever you want to call it, and then the controllers below it. So this allows for really common solutions, like you have a new employee, they're starting, you need to onboard them. If something is offline, in the old days, you wouldn't be able to get their credentials rolled all the way out. With 2.0, even if the device is currently disconnected, you can continue to issue the credential. You can provide the information that the customer would need. You can even issue their Bluetooth credential while it's offline. And then when the device comes online or reconnects, all of that information is going to be synced down. And so all of your common experiences, your troubleshooting, I'd mentioned that System and Health shows last seen on a device that maybe disconnects. And by the way, when I talk about disconnection, PDK.io up in the cloud is 5 nines.
Yeah.
Most of the time when we're talking about a disconnection, it's probably a local network problem.
Correct.
At your customer sites, as you guys all know. Somebody did something, or something happened in the network and caused something to fall offline. Doesn't matter. It's all going to be automatic. It's all synchronized. There's no manual lever to pull or button to push. It just happens automatically. I kind of liken it to a text message.
Yeah.
You know, if you and your buddies are off at a golf tournament, one of your buddies is up hunting or up in the mountains. I know a guy like that.
Yeah.
And he may not have cell coverage, right? Well, you could be talking about all the fun stuff that's happening. The one buddy that's offline does not see all of that information. But the minute he comes into the network, all of a sudden that information starts flowing to his phone. It's going to be the same way with our CloudNet. As soon as it reconnects, or as soon as a controller reconnects to the overall system, all of the information it needs is going to get pushed down, and it'll be on the device.
And what does that mean for your partners, Azure?
The extended management with that, even that controller continuity, being able to kind of, having that extended time to be able to get what they need to fix, or like I said, go there. By having the system offline, their customer is still going to be able to do what they need to everything's running in the background, and once that system's up and running, then they won't even. Everything works flawless, and all that. Like I said, like those
Just
changes
synchronizes immediately, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so cool. That's a lot of cool stuff that's happening.
Now that's kind of the iceberg in a way.
Yeah.
What's above
That's
that you can see.
There's a lot more underneath, right?
A lot underneath.
And there's going to be a couple other things that we'll talk more about in the live broadcast specifically. Things like our new, I guess it's not new, but it's an easier to find mapping, an updated layout to the states page, all that fun stuff. You'll get to see each one of these. You mentioned breadcrumbs, dude. The breadcrumbs, like I never realized like how much I wanted them until they were there, and then suddenly it's like, okay, that's all I use now. It's great. I love it. So anyways, go out and register for the live broadcast on Tuesday, January 23rd. We are going to be releasing this out to the public on that day for new systems. So this is a phased rollout. So this is not going to be rolled out to existing systems quite yet. This is going to be first for any new systems. And then eventually here soon we will be able to roll out the ability to migrate your existing systems over to the 2.0. But we'll talk about that more in the live broadcast as well. So go out, register. There we go. Cool.
See ya.
Cool.
All right, guys. That's it for this week's episode of the Big Access Podcast. If you have not already done so, be sure to subscribe to it, leave it a 5-star rating, and we will see you next time.